Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Yo, baby, you have your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat?
You sound like my mom. Bex, do you ever go ass to mouth?
You never go ass to mouth.
You've never gone ass to mouth?
You never go ass to mouth.
I've never gone ass to mouth.
Not even once?
Not even ever.
You're both so repressed.
So you know, I eat the pussy.
He does. Tempting. Again, no.
You're listening to the sexiest podcast on the internet. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. For Android users, we are also available on the Stitcher app and the Play Store for Google. Now here's Chris and Kristyn.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn.
And I don't know if the computer messed up yet. It sounds funny to me.
Okay. There's always something. It's never a dull moment.
On this show.
Chris, would you ever go ass to mouth?
He says I haven't already.
I was just
both gave and received.
Yeah.
And it's, you have to
Here we go.
Trust.
There's always some logic behind
There's
it.
a trust. You have to have a certain trust. But I'm the kind of person, like...
You'd go ass to mouth?
If you...
With anyone?
Well, not anyone, but...
There has to be trust.
I'm the kind of person where, and it's not, I wouldn't be offended if I tell someone to take a shower, and I'll take a shower right with you. What's the word? I think it's only fair. Like I've said in a past episode, if a girl says, look, I'll give you a blowjob, but you got to jump in the shower. You would see flames behind me. I'm going so fast.
Now, what do you mean you got to have trust with ass to mouth?
You got to trust somebody because you got to make sure that their stomach is doing okay and they don't get easily upset. They don't have irritable bowels. Some girls
somebody with IBS,
they pee when they laugh and
so somebody who pees when they laugh, you wouldn't do ass to mouth.
Don't make them laugh.
Just don't make them laugh. Or
I don't know. It's
somebody with IBS, you wouldn't.
Yeah, like if there was a girl. Or some people, even with IBS, they fart and stuff like that. Like you have to.
They got GI problems.
Well, then you have to give me 24-hour notice and change your diet.
What if it was what's her name? Who's the blonde that I hate that you love?
Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah. What if it's her? She's got IBS, and that's the only way she is turned on and can get off. Would you suck it up and ass to mouth it?
That's a little different. Look, as much as I love her, you're talking about, I'm not into that German Scheiße.
All right, so Chris has some standards.
I do have some standards, but like I said, I think it's only fair, because some women are, like, they feel, like, insulted. Like, if we said, look, just take a bath. And, and I'm just blowing up my spot here. Like, my ex-wife, that was code. Like, I'd be on my way home from work, and if I said take a shower, that means, that means... Get ready. That means, I'm
that shit.
There's no place I'm not gonna go. If I'm, we mentioned toes in the other podcast.
Yeah.
If you're clean, I'll lick every fucking inch of the body. But
have you licked toes?
I've licked toes. I've sucked toes. Once again, it's a trust issue.
She's clean.
She could be laying on the bed. You go get the washcloth in the bathroom.
With those foot fetishes, they like them.
They like the smell.
Yeah, they like them
smell.
like you wore heels all night.
Let me smell the shoe after you've gotten home from being on your feet all day.
I don't get it. I don't know what happened to you as a kid.
I don't get it. Like,
right,
personally, I don't get it. But I understand why.
Fetish, whatever. But
you keep talking about feet. What's that all about?
Man, I don't know what's going on and what happened to you as a kid. The smell brings up something great. Right. Speaking of perfect couple.
Perfect couple?
Who do you think I'm going to talk about?
Perfect couple.
Kimye.
Oh, boy.
Kanye West now apparently has not one, but two sex tapes being shopped around.
I heard he did a sex tape with a girl that looks like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, so now, are they not the perfect couple? She became famous because of...
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com.
And we're back. I wasn't expecting a technical difficulty this episode, but we used that time to bring up a
Click in it.
Click and Hit. And it's not, we're not purposely making technical difficulties. I just said, you know what, we're going to have one, I'll play the commercial.
Since we're going to have one, we might as well.
So you were talking about Kimye, the perfect couple.
Oh yeah, just saying perfect couple now. He's got a sex tape.
Oh, okay, I get it.
He's got one, yeah. She's had one, he's got one. Now we're going to make money off of it.
So,
being shopped around for $5 million.
If we watch the sex tape of Kanye with the girl that looks like Kim, that's like watching Kanye and Kim.
Exactly.
It's kind of
like... I wonder what it would be called.
And for the audience at home, we've been joined by my daughter Raven, who is an agent of chaos, and will be making noise and jumping around the room during the rest of this episode.
Typical kid.
Yeah. Any other breaking news or?
I guess Billy Joe of Green Day.
Billy Joe Armstrong had what they called a meltdown on stage.
Broke his guitar.
Yeah, and they had put up a sign saying they have 1 minute left.
Yeah, because Usher, they cut their set short because Usher was going to have a longer set or whatever. So Billy Joe went on a rant because Usher discovered Bieber. So went on a Justin Bieber rant and Usher rant, and then ended up breaking his guitar. And then he went to rehab after.
Yeah, now, I don't know what the, I didn't hear about the whole, I heard, she could play with that unless it's making noise. Okay.
Thank you.
I didn't even hear about the Bieber part, but, you know, if you're going to get pushed off stage, like a lot of people said, and I actually got Billy Joe's back in this situation. Like,
yeah, I'd be pissed too.
You don't tell...
You had a set.
Green Day...
And then suddenly... Green Day's been around for years.
Yeah.
Okay, and then suddenly you cut it short, so Usher...
And probably have sold more records. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm pretty sure they've sold more records, because they've been around since like 93, 94.
They've been around for years.
You know, and
then you cut it short, so Usher... I don't know how much longer. Like, I feel like it was 20 minutes. For some reason, that's popping in my head. Like, he was going to get that much extra time. And you had it set in stone, probably, like, this is your set, and then suddenly you're on stage and they're telling you,
and it's not like you're talking about some, this isn't some small band.
Right, like somebody nobody really knows.
And it's not, I don't think they're on a downswing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people, and don't get me wrong, I think they've hit their peak like they did with American Idiot.
Right.
I don't think they'll ever get to that kind of height again. But I wouldn't say they're on the downswing.
Yeah, they're
you know what I'm saying? They're still headliners.
Yeah.
And like headliners that are probably pulling money.
And, not like somewhere dismal, but
yeah,
they definitely can hold
even
their own.
On the last MTV Music Awards.
Yeah.
Like they put on.
That was one of the best performances.
And they put on, they seemed, what's the best way to put it? Like still youthful and, they've been around fucking forever. And in punk years.
That's like
if they've been around for,
in punk years, it's like
90, they've been around, 16 years or something like that? Like
multiply it by 7.
Exactly,
It's like
punk years are dog years, exactly.
No,
and they still put on
it.
an energetic performance. I mean, obviously they're not going to get a crowd that's not into it, I'm pretty sure, but the crowd seemed into it, like, and it is so weird because in MTV Music Awards, with the current crop of stars, I'd be surprised that Green Day would still be relevant in a weird way.
Yeah, I was.
Like, I was surprised.
When I heard they were performing, I was like, oh, really? Green Day?
Yeah, and I understand.
And they did a hell of a performance.
And, and I understand. And now, Green Day have always been pop punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, or punk pop, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I'm not, there are some people coming down really hard on Billy Joel saying like, oh yeah, you're so punk or whatever, but they were always pop punk.
They never changed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they've always stayed the same.
Yeah, like, I don't think they ever try to portray themselves as
something.
These hardcore guys that live on the street and stuff like that. They were always pop punk. And, I mean, maybe if he's in rehab, then, you know, maybe he did have a problem and he needed to be
unless it was just like a PR stunt to be like, okay. But,
you know, but no, you don't tell me to get on. And you know what, like,
and then
just keep fucking playing.
Yeah. Then he smashes guitar, so
I would keep playing until they fucking shut off my sound, shut off the soundboard. You know, that's how I would
Instead of going on a rant, I guess you could have just kept playing.
And then
it was like a 5-minute rant.
And once the soundboard goes off, then you can fucking smash the guitar.
Your whole
you know what I'm saying?
Moan.
Yeah.
Since you were ranting for 5 minutes, you might as well have kept playing.
Yeah. And for Green Day, 5 minutes is like 3 songs.
Right. You could have got 3 more songs in. But yeah, I'd be pissed too. So Usher, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's all political, but shit, I would have continued playing and just let them deal with it. You know what I'm saying? What they say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than to beg for permission. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an old...
Chris?
That's an old phrase, you know. Okay. I'd rather say I'm sorry than to ask you...
Than to beg.
Please, can I go on another 20 minutes or something? Yeah. Fuck that, you know.
I know. So, lesson learned, instead of ranting, play the rest of
Oh my God, it's been a comedy of errors here trying to get the show back up on the air. So we were talking about...
lesson learned.
Where's the phone?
Wonderful.
Where's
the phone?
My daughter
Where's your phone, Chris?
She takes it.
Yeah.
You steal my phone, Raven.
Chris actually is missing his phone currently.
I'm missing my phone. I was going to text Kristyn that I was going to run to the store and run to the post office real quick. And I can't find my phone.
Where's your phone?
You tell us.
Where's your phone? You took it.
You tell us where that phone went.
Fat baby.
Now, another big issue that's going on, and I know you're not a sports fan, is the whole NFL referees.
I know there was some sort of
blunder last night.
There was some sort of blown call.
Huge. I mean, the other team won the game because of it.
Oh, okay.
Like it gave them a touchdown when basically the other team caught it in the. It was an interception ultimately. But since the guy was underneath them, they gave them the touchdown and they ended up winning the game because of it.
Oh shit!
And people are because it's like everybody can see it. Everybody sees the call.
Because I saw everybody, like, not everybody, but I mean, my Twitter.
Yeah, people are.
Like, oh, that was a bogus call, and this and that.
Green Bay and Seattle Seahawks last night on Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah.
And it was.
Fucking Green Bay and Seattle.
Yeah. And it was, even I know certain.
Hello, listeners. You're probably wondering what the heck is going on. You keep hearing this noise and that noise, and the show keeps resetting itself. Well, due to technical difficulties and baby difficulties, we weren't able to complete the show. But just to show that we're good sports and we don't want to leave you hanging, we're going to bring you a lost episode. This one was about a couple months ago. For an episode, we're floating somewhere around episode 45. This was episode 20. So there are technical problems in that episode also, but it'll give you an idea, a snapshot of how things were just a couple of months ago. So thank you for listening, and here we go.
Depended on the kindness of strangers.
You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. For Android users, we are also available on the Stitcher app and the Play Store for Google. Now here's Chris and Kristyn.
Hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn. Welcome back.
Thank you for listening. I thought I was going to solve the echo problem with upgrading my Max.
We're always trying to solve an issue every episode.
8 megs of RAM. 8 gigs of RAM, not 8 megs. 8 gigs of RAM apparently doesn't do anything. And I can't complain because we use Audacity to record this show. And Audacity is free.
Can't complain about anything free, I guess.
Yeah.
It's always going to have its glitches.
But I do have to, and it's funny, I'll do everything but give them money. I do have to give props to the people who make Audacity, because it's pretty, because you could download it, but as soon as you download it, it leads you right to a page like, hey, donate money.
So
donate. I should give you guys money.
Maybe once we get money.
Once I get famous and I get money, I'll donate to you guys.
It's a win-win for everyone.
You know, but to the makers of Audacity, or anybody out there who's interested in doing a podcast or just doing anything with
Audacity.
I know my mom. Yeah, anything audio. I know my mom. She's a teacher, so she gives like certain lessons like outside of school, and she does that on like an Audacity thing.
Oh, and
she just emails it to the kids, and they listen to whatever.
Oh, so she records with Audacity?
Yeah, she records with it, and then saves it, and then somehow I believe emails it, and then. I mean, eventually, all the schools are going to be at home.
It's the way of the future. Kids are going to get lessons on their iPad, and well, actually, oh man, I don't even know if they have it anymore. But I came across on iTunes. It was a whole college physics course, totally for free on iTunes. And video podcast.
Video of like a teacher? Like who is
someone? No, and it was approved. It wasn't like someone bootlegging it.
Right.
It was a full-blown official physics class in college.
Grade.
No, that's well.
I'm just learning.
The funny thing is, I started watching it, and I like to think of myself. I mean, I took physics.
Yeah.
I took freshman level physics, and
I got an A in high school, but
in college. I mean,
I took it in high school, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I took physics in high school, and then I had another. From like my 1.5 years in college, this shit blew my mind. But it was so funny that's free.
It's a full on,
free, and it was so interesting. And
what college? I want to make sure it's legit.
No, I mean,
they're like Phoenix, isn't that all? Is that online?
Phoenix is not University Online, but don't shit on. A lot of people with Phoenix degrees.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong, but that's all online now, right?
Yeah,
that's
everything
new.
But that's like,
they shouldn't call it Phoenix then, because I think I'm going to be going to Phoenix, going to school, and really it's just an online thing.
It's but that's going to be the wave of the future. I mean, I know people goof on like homeschooled, but the technology is getting to the point. And you could do a whole interactive like test afterwards. I guess or
they have these eye clickers now. I actually might have one in here that I had to get for school, and it's like you have A, B, C, or D. That's your options, and like you're registered to this number, and he could give a question, and he'll be like, okay, but he'll make up his answers, like A is this, A is that, and then everybody in the class presses what they think, and then he gets a gauge of what.
Come in. All right, we're back at recording. So Kristyn actually pulled it out of.
I actually have it in my little book bag.
And so it looks like it almost looks like a little remote control with like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so it's got A, B, C, D, E, and then the on off. So like he'll give a question like so and so, and then you pick, and everybody in the class clicks whatever answer they think it is, and then it comes up on his computer who picked what, like the majority picked it. That way he can gauge if people are listening.
And you can't bullshit. Like,
exactly.
You can't fuck around. You really have the
push
clicker.
one and then that's it. Like you can't be like, okay, I want that one after. Like.
And how does that? And was there like a little USB fob that connects it to the computer, or?
No, it's all wireless. Like you turn it on and then you have a registration number with it. Like there's one, so when. They'll give you, like, the registration list of your names comes up on the screen. It'll be like, my name, press A to register. Like, somebody else might be B, and then it'll be like, that person's here. Like, it can also do for attendance.
That's awesome.
So that's totally new age.
Holy shit.
That they can do at home. Easily, like, something like this just to make sure you're present. Because he did, like, press A, this person press A, and...
Yeah, I'm fascinated. I mean, for our audience, it's a little white remote control.
It looks like a little remote. It just has,
it looks like a remote control for like a air conditioner or something.
Oh yeah, right. Like I got it. And I was like, "This are we sure?"
I'm such a nerd. You know what it looks like from the show iCarly?
Here we go.
The thing she uses to
I don't really watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's supposed to. They have a web show. And of course, it doesn't make sense because the thing only has like 4 buttons on it, but it's always the appropriate sound effect that plays when they push the remote control, even if it only has 4 buttons.
We gotta get one of those. Yeah, so this could totally, like, you could use it in like being at home or something like that.
That is awesome.
This is the new
That is fucking awesome. Holy shit!
And it takes batteries, like that's it. And then this will tell you if your vote went through.
Oh my god, that's pretty. I wonder, does it? Yeah, do you mind if I take a look at that? Because I wonder, does it work on Bluetooth? Does it work on Wi-Fi?
I have no idea what else. It must have been Wi-Fi.
Change frequency. Wow, this
technology these days.
Yeah,
this is called an eye clicker. Like they have it at schools now. Like I got it at the SUNY school. That's
wow, that's
crazy.
Like
the new age.
Yeah, I'm such a nerd. I'm like fascinated. I'm staring at the back like, ooh, how does this work?
What happened?
Yeah, but and nowadays, like you're not with if we can stream stupid fucking movies to our computers, you can stream a college professor in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
God, this
you could
technology.
get like Harvard teachers, like the best of the best, to do like their classes, and then I could get a Harvard degree.
Yeah,
everyone gets one.
Never leave Rochester.
Exactly, but I have a Harvard degree.
Yeah, that's
an Ivy League degree.
I'm over here just
making
just
like a little thing,
making a slight observation. You got the technology right there in your bag.
Yeah, because we only use it really for this one class, like. So I don't know if it's not getting popular yet or what, but I thought it was a cool advice.
The teacher
or device, excuse me.
So the teacher gives a class now. Like, it's a webcam? Is that?
No, and you're in class and like you're literally in the classroom.
Oh,
I'm not like that's what I'm saying. I could see something like that going.
Oh, okay. I thought you sat like in front of a computer and used that. No, that's in the classroom.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there could be one later on.
Yeah, because
I'm sure
if you had something like that, that's what I was wondering. That's why I asked if there was like a key fob for the USB. Because if you had. Okay, like they sent that to you. Like let's just say you registered online from university,
and then they
would send you that in the mail. You plug something in the USB port. And then,
whatever password
and then, stream, hook it up to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, totally.
And then, like, a guy could give a class from across the world.
We gotta start our own college. That's it. That's it.
The University of Two Strangers, One Podcast. Well, like I said, this is the beginning of a movement here. This is the cornerstone of an empire. So
it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Like how Bill and Ted. Like,
right.
This is the Wild Stallion. This is when everything is still in that early phase, and then
Probably some big movements coming. Bill and Ted's making a new movie.
Yeah,
they're both
because Keanu Reeves, because the other guy Alex Winter, who's a great, he's a funny guy, he's a funny director.
I was gonna say I've never heard of him again. Like the other guy.
Yeah.
Which one was Bill? Which one was Ted?
Well, Bill S. Preston was the Alex Winter character.
Okay.
And Ted Theodore Logan was the Keanu Reeves character. Yeah. Well, I love those movies.
Like Ted Theodore. I saw them when they came out, like back in the day, and I loved them.
And, well, really, because the first one...
Or whenever...
You must have been like 3 when the first one came out, because I think the first one came out like
early 90s, alright? Jeez.
Well...
It's not like I went to the theater.
And, Alex Winter had, he had a sketch comedy show on MTV called The Idiot Box, which was so fucking funny.
Oh, really?
Like, MTV, as much as, I would shit on MTV right now because everything, they have it's all bullshit reality shows. But, they had The State, which we were talking about a couple episodes ago with Ken Marino.
Yeah. Did this come out around the same time?
No,
The Idiot Box?
Actually, I think The Idiot Box came out before The State. And it was directed by Alex Winter, and he did sketches with it also. There was The State, which pretty much a bunch of the other people went and did Reno 911.
Yeah.
And like I said, and Ken Marino, who's doing his own thing, who has that web show Burning Love with...
I actually showed my mom last night, so I've seen it now twice. Every Monday and Thursday they come out with an episode, just so you know.
Oh, okay. And you know what? I see the ad, and I haven't watched it yet.
It's actually really funny if you're into stupid.
And it's funny how I could bring this all back together. That was directed by Ben Stiller, if I'm not mistaken.
Burning Love
is directed by Ben Stiller. Now Ben Stiller had a sketch comedy show called The Ben Stiller Show. Once again, also in the early 90s. But that was on Fox. That wasn't on MTV.
Oh, so that doesn't count.
What do you Fox is much bigger than
that's a legit.
And that launched Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo, Andy Dick.
Launched him, right? And then Janine Garofalo was on MTV for Daria later on. She was the voice of Daria.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't?
She wasn't. Everyone
Don't lie to me. I'm looking it up now.
Daria was not... everyone says Janine Garofalo is the voice of Daria. She wasn't.
That's Tracy. That's somebody else's name.
Yeah. As much as Daria pretty much stole the persona of Janine Garofalo, she wasn't. I'm such a nerd, I know that.
I'm not happy right now. I sound like a lie. I have no idea who this person is. Tracy Grandstaff.
I think...
It's not even a photo.
Yeah. She just did voices. She's a voice actor. And I think Daria's probably like the only thing she really did.
Yeah. It says she's mainly a writer for like MTV shows.
Yeah. See?
I don't know if I like you so much right now, Chris. I feel really put in
I'm the human IMDb.
You really are. Name a movie. I feel like I got to text all my friends now. I feel like we've all been living a lie.
And we'll see.
So never mind. She didn't go to MTV.
Yeah, so Ben Stiller had the Ben Stiller show, and there was the other guy, and I can't remember his name, that he went on with David Cross and started doing that show, Mr. Show on HBO.
Oh, is that HBO?
Yeah, now, I never really got into that show, but, apparently everyone loves that show. I never really got into Mr. Show, but it was, back to sketch comedy. But, those guys got their first shot with Ben Stiller.
That's so cool.
Well, not David Cross, but the other guy who was with David Cross, and I don't know his name off the top of my head right now.
I'll find it for you.
Yeah.
The human IMDb can't figure it out. That doesn't sound right.
Well, that guy. Well, I know he was in Arrested Development. He's in a whole bunch of shows. He was in Breaking Bad. He's the lawyer in Breaking Bad. I can tell you the stuff he was in. I just can't tell you his name.
Something that I know, please.
And so
what's it called, Mr. Show?
Mr. Show with Bob Odenkirk.
Before I can get to it. You think? Oh, Ben Stiller show comes up. I don't think Mr. Show. Oh, there it is.
Mr. Show.
With Bob and David.
Bob and Dave. See, shit. It took me. I have a slow processor. Maybe I need 8 gigs of RAM in my head. But see.
Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk. And I believe he has a brother, Steve Odenkirk.
All right, man. Now we know biography.
Who also did. You ever seen that movie Kung Pao? It's like.
When did it come out? When I was born?
Well, no, Kung Pao came out.
Here we go. When did it come out?
About 10 years ago. Well, the Kung Pao.
If you can name the day.
I want to say it's Steve Odenkirk. This is Bob Odenkirk's brother. And what it is it's him doing kung fu, and he had himself edited into a kung fu flick. There was
it's a real.
So it's a real
movie.
kung fu flick that it's called Kung Pao, like Kung Pao Chicken. And that movie, it was so stupid but funny at the same time. It's definitely a pot movie. It's definitely.
Oh, okay.
And then they added special effects, and they made it all about that the martial artist, like the main bad guy was like these aliens, and like these supposed to be like spaceships that look like pyramids spinning in the sky. It's such a
ridiculous.
And then, like he has nunchucks, but the nunchucks are made out. It's 2 squirrels holding a rope or something. Like he's hitting people with squirrels. It's the most ridiculous movie, which is. I can bring it all back to you. Steve Odenkirk's brother, Bob Odenkirk, who was on the Bob.
I'm sorry. Okay, so it was Bob Odenkirk was on Mr.
Show.
And who do you say the brother is?
Steve Odenkirk? No, it's not Steve.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's Bill.
Bill Odenkirk?
Yeah.
There's no Steve Odenkirk?
It's brother of Bill Odenkirk.
Bill Odenkirk.
Father of Nathan Odenkirk.
Oh, but Bill Odenkirk was a comedian.
Here we go.
And Bill Odenkirk, look him up, played Rufus in the Bill and Ted TV show.
I hate you.
Does it say Rufus?
No, I'm bringing up Bill right now. And now I got to get it right. Bob wrote
Mr. Show.
Chris Farley's character, the motivational speaker. What's his name?
He
wrote those sketches.
In a van down by the river.
So I'm on. Now I have Bill and Bob. Who does that? So Bill
Odenkirk.
Now what do you want me to look up?
Look up Bill Odenkirk's IMDb.
Okay, I'm on it.
Was he ever on the Bill and Ted TV show?
The Simpsons, Futurama, The Simpsons, Tenacious D, Bill and Ted. I'm not.
Okay. I thought you read it there.
No, I don't see it.
Oh man, because there was a Bill and Ted TV show.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, and there was a comedian who played Rufus. I could have sworn that was.
I don't see it on that. He's Simpsons, Futurama, and Mr. Show.
Well, look up Bill and Ted, the TV show. I got to know this guy's name.
He needs to be right.
And I'm sorry, we're just going to...
And who's Steve? You're looking for Steve. It's probably a real Steve.
Probably is Steve Odenkirk.
Bill and Ted TV show.
Yeah.
We're testing...
Thank you for sticking with us, people.
We're testing the human IMDb. That's what we're doing today.
And it's going to be the Rufus character. It was the guy who played George Carlin was the original Rufus in the movie.
What's the TV show? I see Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but that's the movie, right?
Yeah, maybe Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, or...
I'm going to try that and see if it gives me the show.
Yeah, because I know there was definitely a Bill and Ted show, because... And it was awesome. It was pretty... And then there was the Bill and Ted cartoon. I think that might have been the Excellent Adventures.
It says Rufus on here, but I don't know. It says George Carlin.
No, so that's the movie.
Yeah, okay, so that's the movie. I was going to say, you know who that is.
Yeah.
No, I've seen George Carlin live about 4 or 5 times. And I've seen him out in Queens College. I've seen him for his 2 HBO tapings. I saw him out in Vegas. You know, I've seen him a million times.
So I would hope you would know that.
Even going out to Vegas.
Dylan's Head TV show. I'm going to find it.
Yeah.
TV show.
And thank you for bearing with us,
Thank you
people.
for bearing with us. Cast, we'll try that.
See, and now I've never done this before.
Human IMDb.
Yeah.
Can He Be Broken? 1990s TV series. Okay.
And whoever should be Rufus, and I don't want to leave dead air here, but...
Just
Dylan's Head TV show.
For season 1, it says George Carlin again. It doesn't say
commercial. Dylan's Head's Excellent Adventures 1990 TV series. And I don't know, I may edit this part out just because...
Yeah.
Ted...
Because you're wrong, is that why?
I'm not. I may be right, but I'm never wrong.
George Carlin.
Yeah. See, now I got all this extra RAM, but my frickin' my surfing is so slow.
Yeah, I guess it's the cartoon.
Oh no, that's the cartoon. There was a live action show.
Oh, I've been doing.
Well, Bill. So, yeah, because George Carlin, I know he did the voice of. He did a voice in Cars. Which I think was like his last. His last role. But he also he was the train conductor in the Happy Times station. It's like little these kids know that that.
Right. That.
And then like right now there's this new movie coming out called Wreck-'em Ralph, and it's about a video game character who leaves his video game. He doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore.
So he's just peacing out.
Yeah, and it's voiced by John C. Reilly. And another voice in the movie is Sarah Silverman. Now, John C. Reilly and Sarah Silverman do such raunchy comedy.
I was going to say, that's not kidding.
And it's so funny that Disney would give these people a job. Yeah. Come in. What's up, buddy? Okay, Jackie has an announcement.
For all them people near Rochester, on the news map, your weather's going to be fine, cloudy but fine.
Cloudy but fine.
Your second is outside.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. And that was the weather with Jackie. Okay, and we're back. Okay, after doing a little IMDb search,
the human IMDb has been stumped.
I will admit when I'm not right.
I got your face, right?
And actually, the guy who played Rufus was Rick Overton, who was he's a comedian. And he's kind of balding with a beard, so I can see why they had him play the George Carlin character. But yeah, there was Evan Richards was Ted Theodore Logan, and Christopher Kennedy was Bill S. Preston.
So the human IMDb has been...
Wrong, but...
How would I...
Debunked or dethroned. Well, not dethroned, so someone could...
All right, here we go. Yeah, now you
want to put me in the battle of the wits... Look, I'll go to a bar, even though I don't drink anymore. I'll go to a bar's, the trivia night.
Trivia night.
I'll do a trivia night.
I'll go there with my iPad.
And I'll probably be at an advantage because I don't drink.
I know, you can actually get the answers right.
But
we played this one game with my friends. He just calls it the movie game, but I'm terrible at it. I think it's where like I'll name a movie, and then you can play with this many people, and then the next person next to you has to name an actor or actress in the movie. And then the next person after that has to name a movie that they were in, and then you keep doing that all around until the person's stumped, and you could like throw it back at them if you have no idea, and then they have to do whatever you had to do, but I always lose. What if somebody's just like Broken Arrow, who's in it? I'm like, when did I see Broken Arrow? Right. When did I see that? I've never seen that movie. I would get stumped. I feel like
Kristyn Slater and John Travolta.
I feel like you'd be amazing at it. Like,
we're in Broken. Oh, I would love a game like that.
And then you would like name the directors, and then they'd be like, yeah.
Well, director, shit. I would be a little lost. But I mean, there's also the game The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
Where
here we go.
Which you could play with anybody.
But for some reason they harped on Kevin Bacon.
Well, because Kevin Bacon has been in so many movies in general that he pretty much worked with the long swath of people from Hollywood.
Well, what's your favorite Kevin Bacon movie?
My favorite Kevin Bacon movie. I've never seen Footloose, which I guess.
That's just like you have.
Hey, I'm a guy.
That you have to have seen.
I'm a straight man. I've never seen Footloose.
You've seen all the Twilight movies.
Yeah, but hey, look. Actually, I have a story for everything. My favorite Kevin Bacon movie was Sleepers.
Oh, that's a real good one.
It's a great movie.
This one, he's the officer, right?
He's an officer. And spoiler alert for if you haven't seen him. Well, first and foremost, if you haven't seen Sleepers, see it because it is a great
movie.
And I'm not a drama person. I like escapism. The last thing I want to do is watch dramas.
Add more drama.
But Sleepers is such a well-made movie, and it's about these kids who are buddies in Manhattan.
Yeah, they're in Hell's Kitchen, right?
In Hell's Kitchen, and they decide to rob a hot dog cart one day. They run away with the guy's hot dog cart. They don't know what to do because the guy's about to catch him. So to keep him from catching them, they push his hot dog cart down the stairs into the subway. The hot dog cart goes down the stairs, kills a guy. Or it kills him.
Yeah, it kills him.
They end up going to a reform.
Yeah, I think it's
for kids,
juveniles,
and I don't want to say juvenile delinquents because they were little pains in the ass, but they didn't deserve to go to this place.
And who's the priest?
And the priest is Robert De Niro.
And
it's awesome. It was like so, and then because I believe two of the boys in the movie were altar boys, they were
real close with
and they were close with the priest, and he was one of those cool priests. In the movie he's playing basketball with them, So what happens is then they go to the reform school, and unfortunately, not the reform school, the
it's more
juvenile
like a prison
detention center,
like a juvenile prison.
Yeah, and at the time it was just kids' jail.
Just kids' jail.
And unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of the
correctional officers.
The correctional officers in the place are all fucking pieces of shit rapists.
And Kevin Bacon plays one of those.
And Kevin Bacon is like the leader.
I hated him in it. That's why he's such a good actor.
He's such a good actor that you hate him. He played a good piece of shit.
He really did, and he was like the head of them.
He was like the main
correctional
officer.
They just beat the shit out of him, abused him in every way possible.
Raped him, and
it's really sad. I think it's a true story. Am I mistaken?
I think it
in some.
I think it's based on a true story. And once again, I am not a drama person, but the movie's so well made. And then what happens is the guys get together. Now because of this, their lives go on serious tangents.
So many years later, it's them as adults, and now
two of the guys.
There's
four of them.
Two were real messed up.
Yeah, two of them became real messed up, like gang members.
Yeah,
and, they'll walk into a bar and shoot somebody.
One's a lawyer, then.
One became a lawyer.
It's just
all of them had the tragic backstory, but two went in one direction to become criminals,
and then
one became a writer, and one became a lawyer, and
then they end up. Spoiler. Shoot
the two guys who go down the wrong path come across Kevin Bacon and shoot him in the bar, and then their friend that's a lawyer has to
defend him, and it's really a great movie.
It's a great movie, and what happens is with Robert De Niro as the priest. They need an alibi.
Yeah, for where they were that day, the bar, right?
As a priest, he lies under oath
it's a huge deal.
to get those guys out of jail.
Because he knew everything that happened to him.
Great movie. Now, and I've mentioned her in the past. My friend that's a lawyer in San Francisco now. We went to go see that movie.
Oh, really?
And now the funny thing is, take a shot. I said the funny thing is, she is Jewish. And, a Jewish lawyer? No.
I've never heard of one. I should just want to say Jewish lawyer.
Such a rarity.
Never heard of that.
So, I took her to go see Sleepers. Now, I was raised, I don't want to say ultra-Catholic, I was an altar boy, I went to Catholic school.
It was real common during that time, I feel like.
I became an altar boy. I enjoyed it. As
96 it came up.
96, holy shit, yeah. So, I'm just giving a shout out to Jody, love you, baby.
Father Bobby. See, they even called him a cool name.
Father Bobby.
Robert De Niro was Father Bobby.
And so I took her to go see that movie. Now, I have, this strong Catholic background, and I'm seeing this movie with Catholic imagery and priests and altar boys. And then we hung out. It was a Saturday night. I took her out, and I'm like, man, I got to go to church tomorrow.
I just don't feel right.
And the funny thing is, she's like, and I'm like, you don't understand. You're Jewish. I was an altar boy like those guys.
I know what they're going to. And then,
and I told her, I said, you're coming with me to church.
Did you make her go?
No.
Push her through. She would go up in flames or something. Who knows? I remember watching that. My friend got that. I don't know. It was during the time when they were long movies they put on DVD. So it wasn't how now they have one CD and then another. Now they have. At the time they had where you flip over the DVD. And
the dual-sided, dual-layer DVD.
So that's what she had, and we're watching it, whatever, and it ends. Literally the first, the top side ends where Kevin Bacon gets shot. Okay, it's right at climax.
And
all of a sudden it ends, and then I know that it has to be flipped, and the one girl's like, it always ends here. I don't know, it's just starting to get good. And it always ends. I'm like, you have to flip it over.
She never
knew, the ending. I was like,
oh my God.
If you flip it over, you can see the really great conclusion of it. And she's like, it always ends here. And this is when it starts to get really good. I'm like,
oh my God.
Just flip that over.
It's usually on the inner ring of the DVD.
I hung out with a lot of bright people.
Let me take a wild guess on what color her hair was.
Actually, she was Puerto Rican.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, just because she's Puerto Rican doesn't mean she can't be blonde. We fuck everybody. We come in every color. We literally come in every color.
She was half Puerto Rican, half Irish, so maybe that was, I don't know, the combination really screwed up. I'm not sure.
I'm assuming.
No, she had dark curly hair, Puerto Rican hair.
But it's not a blonde.
Nope.
Oh, okay, I was going to make a blonde
joke
there.
No.
Shit.
I know, with that comment, I was like, all right.
Oh, come on.
I was like, just flip that over, and you could see the end of it. It was so funny, though. She was like, it always ends. You're so mad.
And it's not, it's written on the DVD, because I know, even though it has it's usually on the little inner ring.
Yeah, that little inner ring is flip
the DVD doesn't magically leave your hand, doesn't leave the box and magically insert itself into the DVD player. So she had it in her hand at one moment.
My other roommate's DVD, so I guess they watched it one day and they were... Oh, okay. I don't know if the one roommate fell asleep and didn't flip it over. Whatever happened, she just thought that the DVD was screwed up and it was not.
And that was
She was like, it always ends here, and I was like, damn, it just was getting so good. I'm like, I got this. Let's figure this out, guys. But it was so funny that I'll never forget that, because I was like,
And that actress in the movie, the only female in the movie, Minnie Driver, who was actually Irish. Plays a half white, half Puerto Rican chick.
She plays Carol Martinez.
Who was supposed to be half Irish, half Puerto Rican. I guess what? Just because she has curly hair, that makes it Puerto Rican.
I know, right? She didn't really look it.
But she played it.
Yeah, she played
it well, and I definitely have to give props to the young version of her. Or whatever, there was a young version, and the first part of the movie when they're kids.
I don't recall who it is.
But Sleepers is a great movie, and then with Jody, and I remember because that was the time we were hanging out a lot at that time. We rented The Usual Suspects. Now, have you seen The Usual Suspects?
No, who's in that?
Oh, damn! Now I gotta.
All right.
Part of the story is me spoiling. Well, let's put it like this.
Who is it?
The Usual Suspects is Kevin Spacey, Benicio del Toro. Not the Baldwin that was in Biodome.
Before Sleepers.
Yeah, came out.
So you know.
Well, we rented The Usual Suspects.
All right.
That's when we were hanging out. Her and I were hanging out.
All defensive.
And the funny thing is, we rented Stephen Baldwin, Benicio del Toro, Kevin Spacey. Who else?
Gabriel Byrne.
Oh yeah, Gabriel Byrne, great actor.
Kevin Pollak.
Oh, that's right. Kevin Kevin Pollak, who's a great comedian.
Sorry if I say these names.
He's a comedian. The funny thing is, Kevin Pollak's a comedian, but his acting career, he does a lot of fucking drama.
I know these people's faces.
Yeah. Now the deal about The Usual Suspects is that the movie ends. Let's put it like this, because I love that movie. The guys who wrote the movie disagree on what's reality and what isn't.
Okay.
But there is a big at the end of the movie, there is a huge twist.
I love movies like that, where you don't even see it coming.
I figured out the twist 20 minutes into the movie.
You're such a bullshit.
And so,
What's your friend's name? Is Jody?
Jody.
I'm going to call her.
Jody's my witness. Joe, I'm going to have you on the show. We're going to call you. You'll be our other West Coast person we call. Jody will be, because I said I'm gonna say this is what I said. Oh, this is what happened.
But it's like a huge twist where like normal people that aren't like real big movie buffs would know like what I know.
It was supposed to be a surprise. I mean, don't get me wrong. One of the twists nobody would figure it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's multiple.
But
twists.
I said, "Oh, this is what happened."
So you're a movie ruiner.
And so, I said it as a theory, and it turned out to be what really happened.
I'll tell you what really happened.
Jody got so pissed at
you fucking ruined the movie. She didn't curse me out, but she was like, "Why'd you ruin the movie for me? Why'd you tell me what happened?" I said, "I didn't tell you. That's my theory."
I'll tell you what really happened that night. Mm-hmm. You had rented the movie like a day before.
My hand to God, I never saw that movie before.
And then you were all like trying to impress Jody with, "Oh, look how quick I can pick up the
I'm so smart and witty and handsome."
And like there's like a new character that comes in that you're talking about. And so
he was dead the whole time.
I'm gonna call bullshit on this story.
So I think green is made out of people.
Yeah, see?
And no, my hand to God. I wouldn't. I'm not going to swear on Raven, but on everything that I hold holy and dear, I will swear that I never saw that movie before. I just figured. I'm one of those people.
You're one of those that can. My dad like that, and then he'll be like, "Well, this is what's going to happen." I'm
like, obviously the maid killed him.
I'm like, that wasn't obvious to me.
and so at the end, she got mad at me. She goes, "Why'd you ruin the movie for me?" And I said, "I swear to God, and I promise you that I never saw this movie before. I just."
What other movies do you want to ruin for me? What else is out there?
Darth Vader is Luke's father. Bruce Willis is dead during the whole movie.
Bruce Willis is dead during the whole movie.
What else?
Twilight. Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it.
Well, once again, now the thing about Usual Suspects is it was written by a couple of people.
Okay.
Even the writers of the movie disagree
on how
on
the whole thing
on parts of the movie.
Oh,
but it's a good all these movies are always when I go on dates. I took a girl to go see what was the name of that movie? Not Hunt for Red October. Crimson Tide.
Oh, that's a good one.
Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington and
Gene
Hackman. Now, did you see that movie?
Yeah, years ago.
And the whole idea was Gene Hackman they got the confirmation code to launch the missiles.
Right.
And Denzel Washington, but they kind of got like half the code, or they got the confirmation code, but they didn't get the full message. But it was supposed to be that they were supposed to launch the missiles and start World War III.
Yeah,
so they were a submarine that had missiles. The whole first half of the movie is showing us like the routine on how these submarines get the launch codes, and then they actually get a confirmed launch code. But during the time they're running away from a submarine, but their antenna gets broken, so they kind of get half the message. So Gene Hackman's character says, "Launch the missiles." Denzel Washington's character says, "We have to confirm the message before we launch the missiles." Now, actually, I was in Gene Hackman's corner. Okay. We should launch the missiles. But then again, Denzel Washington. So me and the girl I was seeing at the time.
Was she on?
We got into.
I was going to say, was she on the other guy's Gene Hackman side?
Well, that's okay. Well, here's the funny thing is,
she had some Vigos in it.
Oh, Viggo Mortensen's in it. That's right. Holy shit.
Body boom body. So
her and I actually got into like a conversation, and that's what I like about that. Like I like seeing movies like that where it's a bit. You said you didn't like, or you wouldn't want to see The Wrestler because it ended kind of.
No, I saw The Wrestler.
Oh, you saw The Wrestler, and you didn't like the way that it ended.
Yeah, I didn't like the way it ended, but you liked it.
I liked it because it lets you.
Like how there's a
you can sit there and discuss, and we could have a 45-minute conversation.
Yeah, like this is how I would want it to be, and
and like in Crimson Tide, I actually backed the Gene Hackman character where. Actually, I was wrong because if I backed... Not that I was wrong, but I would have started World War III.
He's never wrong, just so you know.
I fucked that. We got the missiles and...
Yeah, but this is what we're doing with them. Yeah,
goodbye,
so
Russia.
You're just not... See, you're just not always right, and I want you to know that.
Oh, now that we got that established.
I want you to come to terms with it.
I'm always right.
Remember the whole IMDb issue earlier? You weren't right.
And Nefertiti, another love of mine, she gave me a card for my birthday last year that says, "You're always right, I'm always wrong."
And it had like a vulture with his head hanging low, like, you're always right, I'm always wrong, I'm sorry. And I'll love her for that, because her and I, we always get into like debates like that, and she's like, you're right, I'm wrong. And that was like the whole gist of the card. Love you, baby.
End of that topic. You're right, I'm wrong.
You're right,
Good way to end it. Can't go any further.
Once we've established the fact that I'm always
right. Yeah, that's all you want. That's all you're looking for.
Then we can get along. We get along famously.
You just gotta understand at the beginning. Hey, listen, baby, I'm gonna be right. Whenever times get tough, I'm right.
Hey, look, every ship only gets one captain.
There you go. Just lay it all out there in the thing. That way they're not confused.
They're executive officers and co-captains and
that's why there are those positions for the people who are wrong.
There's one captain, goddammit.
Those positions are there for you.
And as soon as we understand that, we'll be.
That's how you gotta introduce yourself to a woman. Just be like, listen.
Hi, I'm Kristyn. I'm always right.
Yeah. Once we're on the same page, things are gonna go real well. Well, that's good. I'm glad I learned that about you.
Well, the funny, we end up talking about movies all the time, and we totally never get to our notes.
Oh, I know. I got pages of like old stuff now where it's like not even. Like,
Should I just shut up and just let you talk?
I don't have much.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jewel's teeth got fixed.
Jewel actually fixed that snaggletooth.
Now how old is she? I wonder how old she is, because I mean she's been around
for so long. Even after you're gone, you hooker. Oh, I'm sorry.
And I know your teeth. All right.
Now,
so it's finally fixed.
She finally got that snaggletooth fixed. Now,
props to you, girl.
I believe it was Funny or Die. We were talking about this before.
Breaking news.
I told when you're done with this podcast, look it up. It is so funny. I believe it was Funny or Die. They had her do a sketch where they put a prosthetic nose on her. Right. And she's usually like a slim little thing. They gave her glasses. Yeah. They dressed her up all frumpy. And just talk for a second. I'm going to make sure I don't hear you in the microphone.
Hello. Did you shut my microphone off?
Oh, okay. No. My headphones got My
microphone's just a prop again.
My headphones got unplugged. They put her in frumpy clothes. Yeah. And then actually the funny thing is, take a shot, I said the funny thing. They actually gave her an ass. Right. Because she's so skinny. They gave her like
supposed to be here.
They gave her like a
nice little rock.
Pretty nice look. And I'm not an ass man, but she's wearing these tight jeans with the Faduki sticking out. Yeah. And
Faduki, I love that word.
Faduki, and like a big nose, glasses, and they set it up to look like coworkers after work having a drink, going out to the
karaoke bar.
And to help the stunt along, I mean, nowadays when people sing karaoke, everyone pulls out their camera phones and stuff like that. Right. So that's how they got footage, is everyone has their camera phones. And so they're doing karaoke, and the guy goes, "Oh, come on, Susan," and she's playing all shy. And they're like, "Okay, I want to sing the song." And then she starts singing as Jewel.
What did she do? What song do you remember?
It wasn't that famous one. It wasn't "Dreams Last for." It was another song. But it was another song that was relatively famous. I think it was like her second hit, not the first hit.
They know that Jewel. I mean, if she just smiled, they would have been like,
all that
Jewel with that too.
So it is so funny. Now, don't take a shot because I'm saying it's funny. I'm not saying the funny.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
It is so funny to see people's reactions, because you see these people with like genuine amazement in their eyes, like, "Holy shit, this girl can really sing!" And you see everybody
amazed that look
this,
at this
little shy, frumpy girl has this fucking badass singing voice.
And a Faduki. What is that?
A Faduki.
Yeah, and a Faduki.
You never heard it called a Faduki? That's
no, sorry.
You never heard check the Faduki on that one?
No. Oh, yeah. Now when somebody says that, I'll be like, you're talking about my Faduki?
I guess it derived from the badunkadunk. It's a Faduki.
I know the badunkadunk.
A badunkadunk is a big ass.
Right. So Faduki is just a tight little.
Like a girl can have a big fat sloppy ass, and it's still a badunkadunk. A Faduki is more like a round,
a nicely shaped
ass. And see, even though I'm a titty man, there's nothing wrong with when a girl has a Faduki. I appreciate a good Faduki.
Every man should appreciate a good Faduki.
But it's so. But it's funny because she's usually
real
thing, and they actually gave her an ass, and like she was actually like,
in the
behind the scene videos, you see her like she's like, I kind of like this look. I think I'm gonna rock this look a little while, and great video.
Cool. And now her teeth are fixed, so now she's the whole package. And when she gets that fake little button,
I think because she was always playing the role like I'm au naturel.
Yeah.
And seeing that she hasn't sold the CD in a while, I think she finally said, look,
this is what I gotta do. I'm actually looking at the video now. You know who have you ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Uh-huh. She looks like the girl in it.
She looks like
main girl. What the hell's her name in it?
Villadalos or whatever.
She looks like her with the glasses there and the brown hair.
But I think I forgot, she had a wig too. She looks cute in that video. Even when she's all mousy, she looks cute in my opinion.
She's like dancing in the club.
Yeah. and then in the video she actually comes back to perform for other people. Like, she actually comes out as Jewel.
It's like a free Jewel concert.
Yeah.
So we gotta go to karaoke bars if we want to meet any rock stars.
I love karaoke.
I do too, and I'm
such a fucking I'm a ham.
Like you can sing.
Well, I try to.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just know I can't. I mean, I've been known to do like Meatloaf. Grease,
and I've done
Grease, Summer Lovin'.
Paradise for the Dashboard Light is my fucking song. And I'll do the background vocal.
Yeah. It's so bad, there's 10 people there, but
feel so bad.
It's just you.
But you know what I like to do also is Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Beautiful.
But the Dan Band version. Do you know who the Dan Band is?
Yeah. He's on Old School, right?
He's an Old School, and he curses because people aren't anticipating the curses, so like...
Shit, I don't know what to do. I'm always at your door. When does he say fucking...
I fucking need you tonight!
It's so like, I need you tonight. He says it with such...
Fucking forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's
in Old School, it's still like the older people are like...
Once upon a time I was falling up. Now I'm fucking falling apart. Oh, you were listening to that?
I don't know what song it is. Yeah, I'm trying to hear...
Oh, Kristyn is trying to catch the Jewel song.
Somebody goes, she sounds like Jewel.
Yeah, there's the people, Yeah, so I love karaoke. I ham it the fuck up in karaoke. The only thing is, like, I mean, since I'm more of a metalhead and stuff like that, and here I'm saying Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I know, right?
I'm totally selling out all my fucking street cred on this show.
You got a Twilight tattoo.
Miley Cyrus tattoo with Twilight. I got Twilight books laying around the room, which actually I think I do have Twilight books under in my bookshelf.
Miley Cyrus poster.
I got
Miley Cyrus.
I walk down the street, I have my leather jacket on, my arms full of tattoos, and
you gotta feel like a man sometimes.
I'm singing Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yeah,
but I'm putting fucking in there. So.
Yeah, my favorite song to do is Total Eclipse of the Heart. You just look at the guy at the DJ, be like, Total Eclipse of the Heart, and just give him the look.
Well, I used to, and she left. Her name was, her stage name was Wendy LaForce. She used to play at a bar up here called Panorama, and that was the bomb diggity. And when she went to go to Florida, it broke my heart. And then her daughter took over, and then in between the karaoke, her daughter would play
whatever she wanted or something.
Like booty bass music, which you can't go from Total Eclipse. You can't go from Total Eclipse of the Heart to come on, baby, come on, chicken, come on, chicken booty.
Transition.
Oh, it was,
See, now around here in upstate New York is where we are. We don't have too many good karaoke places.
Yeah,
it's very slim. Now, when we were in New York City, I loved it. I mean, it was just hole-in-the-wall bars where it's like you get some roast shot, like some watered-down shot every time you sang a song. So we always sang like every other song.
Well, in New York, and I've never been there, there's actually like there's a whole...
Oh, yeah, there's a huge place. What's it called?
Oh, Karaoke... I think it's called Karaoke USA or something.
Where you and your friends can
rent the whole room
and
dedicated.
I guess it's real popular. A friend of mine studied abroad in... Korea. Of all the places, right?
Yeah. Well, Asians love karaoke.
Yeah, and she says that's how all the bars are pretty much. They all, there's a bar downstairs, and then upstairs is all rent out a room with your friends and let's do karaoke. So that's all they do is do karaoke 24/7. Like, a good way to learn English.
Like American culture, because you'll see a Japanese businessman like, I want it that way.
They're doing all the NSYNC and like all the dances.
Americans don't do other language songs,
right? And that's like they know all the words to like any cheesy.
Yeah, maybe like Oye como va. That's about
any
it.
number one song they know. But yeah, us we're just like, what? Feliz Navidad. That's all I can do.
We don't
like the only one and that's because we had to like learn it as like kids in like school.
It gets drilled in your head. Yeah. Well, in my house it was a different story.
Well, exactly. But like they made us like do like those random things in like first grade that you forget like when you're older. You're like, oh, I vaguely remember Feliz Navidad.
Police got my car. Police got my car. Police got my car while I was driving home drunk from the bar.
Is that really song or is that something you wrote?
No, I didn't make it up. That was a parody that.
Because usually you're real quick with the words. So
No. Well, see, I grew up listening to Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh. So
I love changing the lyrics of a song.
Right.
You know, what's the other?
Eat It.
Eat It. No, I'm not that I'm trying to think of songs that
you've parodied.
Changed the lyrics to.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I can't think of any other. I know there was a Brittany Spears one that I was.
You're losing all your man.
Oh yeah.
On these last 2 episodes, you're done, man.
Oh, when I worked in Radio Shack, my boy Chris Gates, I had. When there were certain nights where we stood closed past closing time.
Yeah.
Now we had a sound bar that you could listen to music to.
Oh, okay.
So while we're doing inventory and arranging the store and stuff like that, we would take turns on using the sound bar. We hook up our iPods.
Oh, right.
So I put my iPod on shuffle.
And what'd you have? That's the best when you have.
Well, I had Brittany Spears, but don't get me wrong, I had Brittany Spears for the girl that I was seeing at the time.
She was like, I love this girl. Jamming, turning it up.
And boy,
Chris, baby, one more time.
Never let me live that shit down. That I had Brittany Spears on my iPod, you know, and I have Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and then Brittany Spears.
Well, Brittany Spears is top, of course. We went to when I went to Outer Banks a couple weeks ago. I was in the car with my friend, and then her boyfriend was in there, and we put his iPod in. And all of a sudden, Backstreet Boys came out. We're like, this isn't even our iPod. This is yours. Like, you're losing it, man.
Tell me why.
Yeah. It was one of those. I was like, really? I don't even think I have that on mine, because I think I was too embarrassed. I mean, if I really wanted to, I would. But proud of you, Chris. You got Brittany Spears.
Oh.
What's your favorite song?
It's
Hit Me, Baby.
Hit me, baby.
Say that to your girlfriend.
No, just bitch slap me one more time.
Oops, I did it again.
This big fat bitch is killing me, and
was that the song you parodied?
I must confess, it's a nappy weave, If I knew you, I lose my mind. I forgot. I don't.
Was that the one though? Hit Me, Baby.
It was. I think it was Hit Me, Baby one more time, and it was like, you know, this big fat bitch is killing me.
I like the nappy weave.
It's a nappy weave, nappy weave.
I like how you do the backgrounds too. It's like there's more than one person in the room, right? I swear it's not just me doing a solo.
I back myself up. Yeah, shit.
It's like 10 people in this room.
Part of being a rock star.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, it's stuff like since I grew up listening to Weird Al Yankovic, I've always, you know, changed the lyrics of songs, and it was, you know, it's
mostly Brittany, or did you go?
Oh, I've done to everything. I do, you know, you know, my improv skills, I can't think off the top, and it's not even like I'm improvising. It's shit that I already had established in my head, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Oh, it's always the time when you want to think of it. It's gone.
I don't.
Later on, once you press stop on it, you'll have a whole list. Be a whole list.
Well, the funny thing is,
Got it.
Like my ex would listen to one of her favorite bands was what's that band? The guys on The Voice, Adam Levine.
Oh, Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
Yeah, and he sounds girly.
And
I mean, he could get the high note.
Like you can fit old, you know, you could take one of their newer songs and line it up perfectly with their older songs.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, she'll be listening to, like, a newer song, and I'm singing one of their older songs over the same, and she goes, shut up, that's not even funny, you know, like.
Well, you got the new one now, and it's called Payphone.
Payphone.
First of all, you would never be at a payphone.
Yeah.
Let's update it a little bit. But they all, I agree with you, they all have the same sound.
Do they have to have the rapper on?
Right.
Really? Are they, I mean, you know. I think he's got to do the voice.
Right.
You know, and I don't think... Isn't Maroon 5 making enough money?
Yeah.
You know, aren't they famous enough that they don't...
I didn't think they were in trouble.
Do they have to have the rapper on a song? Aren't you guys crossed over enough?
Right. And then the other one, Moves Like Jagger, they had Christina Aguilera on that.
And that's Maroon 5?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
And it was just like, I don't know if he's helping their career or her career. I don't know. Or they just met on The Voice and said, let's do this. What happened?
Now, I'll be honest, I'm familiar with the song, but I'm not familiar. But then, like, Moves Like Jagger reminds me of, like, that Kesha song, like, even got that swagger. We talk to the boys unless they look like Mick Jagger.
Right.
You know, like...
I'm trying to think of how it goes now. You got me thinking two songs at once.
Walking in the barn, looking like he
it's the
did
same
it.
concept.
And it's like... and, you know, that song lines up with California Girls. California,
oh, really?
TikTok.
We should do like
I have no fucking credit.
I was gonna say we should do like
someone did a mashup. There was a
mashup
online where it's
right,
TikTok
we're a
and California
late.
Girls. And
see, Chris was trying to take
and
credit.
Kesha did the song about Mick Jagger, but then in Maroon 5, it's this whole big incestuous...
TikTok is the... Moves Like Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
It's that one that he mentions Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Jagger apparently made a big comeback.
Yeah, it's Jagger and Swagger and...
Got the move like Jagger. Apparently everybody wants to move like Jagger.
And please understand that I'm a fucking metalhead. You know, I can sing Rain in Blood from Slayer also. Auschwitz! The meaning of pain! The reason I want you to die!
Let Chris get his manhood back a little bit here. Give him a minute to rant. Alright, he has tattoos.
I have like 9 Metallica-related tattoos, okay?
It's not all about Brittany Spears. I've kind of, led us in that direction, and so it's kind of my
I'm trying to cross over.
You're trying to Maroon 5.
I'm trying to cross over to a female-friendly audience because, it's easy.
Is it weird that he knows a lot about it? Yeah.
I'm getting sick and tired of, like, these girls, like, hoo-hoo, I'm a nerd, LOL, where they put on, like, glasses.
Right.
They put on the glasses that aren't prescription glasses. Yeah. Ooh, I have a Star Wars shirt on. I'm cool.
Look how nerdy I am. And they couldn't name one character.
Yeah.
Or they'll name, like, an obvious one.
Yeah. Oh, I love Princess Leia.
She was so cool. She's like my idol.
Princess Leia, girl power.
Yeah, hey.
I'm like, OMG, I'm such a nerd.
I'm such a nerd. They're my fake glasses.
I have a Star Wars shirt on and glasses that I don't need a prescription for.
I can't see without my glasses.
I'm like, OMG, I'm such a nerd. And, like...
Next time I'm going to come
You gave a nerd a hard-on. That's so hard.
Way to go.
You're not reinventing the wheel here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this has all been done.
Here's a guy who masturbates to Lara Croft in a video game. You're not doing a big whoop by...
Dressing up resembling,
I'm definitely of that ilk where, I'm a nerd and I wear my nerd flag, I fly my nerd flag proudly. And it does bother me that there's people like trying to faking the funk with the movement, you weren't there.
If you're nerdy, I mean, go all out and actually know it if you're going to fake it. I mean,
wait in line to see a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, actually go through the motions and then call yourself a nerd.
Yeah, don't put on glasses.
You might not like it, and then you can't call yourself a nerd.
Yeah, just because you went to Hot Topic and got a fucking...
well, they got everything, man. Name something.
You got a Ninja Turtles t-shirt.
You did not see the first episode, and you did not cry at the finale.
Eastman and Laird, those are the guys who did the original artwork
Here
for
we go. They're coming out with a Ninja Turtle movie, aren't they? A new one? I think I heard.
Oh my God!
Or are you pissed now?
Michael Bay.
Brought that up.
Now,
here we go.
First and foremost,
here we go.
It is called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What did I call it?
Michael
Bay. Did I do something wrong? Did I offend
No, you did nothing wrong. You just
TMNT. TMNT.
Michael Bay is just calling it Ninja Turtles.
Can't do that. I agree with you. You have to go.
Now, there's a reason he's calling it Ninja Turtles. Because they're not mutants anymore. They're aliens.
He loves that alien shit.
And so, it's going to be
Walk away, man. Walk away from the aliens.
Alien Ninja Turtles.
Are they going to look the same, or is it like a whole...
It's not out yet, but...
Right.
I mean,
I wonder if they're going to be like the same, you know...
Coming from being a fan of the Transformers movies, and I might have talked about this, so I'm not going to go on it too much. You know, those movies were so butchered when it came to the original Transformers. And what kills me is...
You didn't like the first... I thought you liked the first Transformer.
Or it was good, but when you take the whole mythology from the original cartoons... And it's not like it was something old. The original cartoons came out in like 84. And it was... The Transformers were America's response to Japanese cartoons.
Okay.
It was an we were like purposely stealing from Japan without actually stealing from Japan. And
Aliens invade Earth. Sorry. That's how the storyline starts for Ninja Turtles. Aliens invade Earth. And inadvertently spawn a quartet of mutated reptiles. It says mutated.
Oh, okay. So maybe they changed it.
Yes.
Now... Robert Orci and Kurtzman and Orci, who are a writing team. Now, these are guys who have given us Lost. They gave us Fringe, Alcatraz. You know, they work with J.J. Abrams a lot.
Yeah.
They wrote the first two Transformer movies.
Oh, okay.
Now, coincidentally, they also executive produce Transformers Prime, which is a show on the Hub, that television network.
Yeah.
Transformers Prime is, within reason, relatively true to the original Transformers.
Okay.
So it's not like these guys don't know about Transformers. Yeah. Then why did they butcher the movie?
Right.
Because from what I understand, Michael Bay made them write Transformers. This is like a true story. He locked them in a hotel room for 2 weeks and said, "Don't come out until you finish Transformers 2."
I would wipe my ass with that piece of paper and say, "Here you go." At the end of 2 weeks. No, I know.
When they cash that check, trust
exactly.
me.
They're okay with the 2 weeks.
That check cleared.
Yeah. Now, is there a third one? Because I've heard Michael Bay is doing it.
No. Michael Bay did the third Transformers movie.
So it already came out.
But see, I follow Kurtzman and Orci on my Twitter.
Okay.
Bob Orci. People actually said, "Oh, congratulations on the success of Transformers 3," and he goes, "We didn't write Transformers 3.
I don't want credit for that.
But Transformers 3 was not the best of the three, but I know I've said all this stuff before, but the funny thing is that people were congratulating him, like, "Oh, thanks for the success," and he had to look, I had nothing to do with it. And
the third one was the best.
The third one was really good, and maybe not really good. I mean, I know a lot of the three. There was a tough competition. It was the least of the three evils, or even though I liked part one, part two was a fucking abortion. So part two was an insult. You know, you had ghetto Transformers that like talked ghetto, and then they gave them bugged out eyes and big ears and buck teeth.
I mean, that was just a joke.
It was like the step and fetch it of fucking Transformers. The same way like Jar Jar Binks was like a racially offensive.
Now you got.
And then one guy was named Mudflap. What was the other one's name? Both of them had like offensive names. How are you gonna have? Let's call it,
just a joke.
Pardon the phrase. Let's call a spade here.
Yeah.
Those were supposed to be the quote unquote black Transformers.
Right.
And you're gonna call one Mudflap.
Gave them the name.
Now in the original Transformers, one of the quote unquote black Transformers his name was Jazz.
Okay.
Now in the new movies they had Jazz, and he was a quote unquote black Transformer. He breakdanced. Like when he transformed, he kind of did a breakdancing move when he transformed into a car. And okay,
not that
people fucking breakdance anymore. But then, like in the first movie, they have him say, "What's crackin', bitches?" And then he's the first Transformer to die.
Well, that's not...
Megatron rips him in half. And the black guy is always the first...
sound right.
The black guy's the first one to go. The black Transformer is also the first one to die.
Want to see what's cracking?
What's cracking, bitches?
I was just reading...
Who was voiced by Darius McCrary, the older brother from Family Matters.
Oh, God.
So
what was his name on there? Eddie?
Eddie, yeah.
Eddie, nice. Sorry, Eddie. Now, it is saying Michael Bay is doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and changing it to Mutant whatever.
Ninja Turtles. He's just calling it Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. And so that the ooze that created the turtles was in fact an alien substance, just so you know.
Oh.
So that's what it's going to be.
In the cartoon, it's
extraterrestrial origin is what
it just can't be. It just can't be nuclear waste. They can't.
Nope. It's got to come from another freaking planet.
No, it just, God forbid you're true to the
that
origin.
That was in fact an alien substance. Oh, Lord.
Well, I guess, this is when you got aliens.
It's going to be a big movie.
It could always be, and I was like so excited to see Transformers, and they're great action movies.
Right.
And once again, the special effects.
They're awesome. I've seen
the people who do the animation on these movies are fantastic.
So you gotta do the storyline justice.
Yeah,
if you're gonna use
like in part 2. Do you
What's cracking?
Yeah, what's cracking, bitches? That's part 1.
Bitches?
Part 2. Do we now?
Tell me, Chris, what is it? What's on your mind, man?
Do we really need a character to say I'm under the robot's testicles? Because there's a robot.
I got it. It's making it as a joke. Like it's not
now.
The whole...
I'm going to be nerdy here. Okay, there's a character called Devastator, okay? Now,
sounds pretty hardcore.
The idea behind Devastator was, yes, there's Transformers. Devastator was the first Transformer that actually was made up of other Transformers.
Okay.
So these guys were construction vehicles and robots, and then they combined to make a big robot.
Big thing, yeah.
One robot was the body, 2 robots were the legs, 2 robots were the arms.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Gestalt. That's the word I was looking for. There's a technical term called gestalt. Combining.
Look how you did that with he put his hands.
I'm putting my fingers together. The technical name is called gestalt. It's a gestalt character being made up of stuff. Gestalt.
The word of the day.
Gestalt. See? You learn stuff when you listen to Two Strangers One podcast. So in the movie, there's a character called Devastator, which is also a combination of construction vehicles.
Oddly, that was my nickname in high school. No.
Devastator.
Then here comes the Devastator. All right, go on. So it's a bunch of stuff together.
So it's a bunch of stuff together, a bunch of construction vehicles combined. Now, unlike the cartoon, it's not like they transform into robots and then the robots combine to make Devastator. They just combine to make Devastator. Which now, instead of being a humanoid bipedal robot, Devastator is like this big dog, or a 4-legged monster that in the movie he rips down the pyramids and he could suck in pyramids and destroy it. Okay, and I'll
he's like, okay, I'm over him.
I'll accept the fact that it's not a giant robot, but let's call it a giant dog.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, because the idea behind Devastator was when he combined into the big robot, he wasn't as bright.
Oh, okay.
When he was his smaller parts, they were smart. When they got together, they were stupid because when you combine consciousnesses,
you go dumb. I would think you would be stronger
because it's like
teamwork.
It's like trying to get 5 people to make a decision. Try to get 5 people to agree on who's going to go for dinner.
Okay, yeah.
So, I'm philosophizing here about Transformers here. Fuck it, that's what this show is for, goddammit.
So when they combine, he gets dumber.
So when they combine, he gets dumber. So when the Constructicons merge to become Devastator, it becomes this dog. I'll accept the fact that it's a dog. Part of the character goes, I'm under the robot's testicles. Now, in the movie, they made 2 wrecking balls. The testicles.
Of the dog?
Of the dog.
Of the dog.
Okay.
I mean, there were construction cars, so I can get the testicles.
None of the construction of the construction vehicles were cranes that had wrecking balls on them. So this thing just developed testicles.
Just had them there.
And
they had to distinguish that it was a male.
And these are robots who were life was sparked into them by this cube. You don't need testicles.
Right.
Robots don't need testicles. If there's anything we take away from this podcast,
robots
don't need testicles.
Genitalia.
Did we really need?
Tell me, Chris.
For the character to say, I'm under the robot's testicles.
Now, who was the character? Was it Shia LaBeouf?
No, it wasn't Shia LaBeouf. It was,
They just wanted to make something stupid and funny.
He was in Mr. Deeds. He's in all the,
dark-haired, curly.
Yeah. Turturro.
I saw him on a...
Nicholas Turturro?
Yeah. No, I don't know if
No, his brother's Nicholas Turturro.
I saw him on the subway once. I was like, I know you from... And then I thought of, like...
And he's a great actor.
Oh, yeah.
He was, I loved him in Do the Right Thing. He was in all the Transformers movies. And he plays in the first movie, he's like a agent, and then by the time you get to part 2, he's like a discredited agent. Like, he loses his position of power. Then you get to the third movie, then he sells all his conspiracy theories and becomes a millionaire by the time you get to part 3. It's Turturro. It's either Nicholas Turturro or...
I gotta go Transformers.
Because I know his brother was on that show, NYPD Blue. Here, the human IMDb here.
Yeah. Oh, so he's showing off. John Turturro. Simple name.
Yeah.
John Turturro.
John Turturro. And, shit.
So he was under the testicles.
He was under the testicles. And then in part 1, Bumblebee, the yellow Camaro, pisses on John Turturro. This little cat pop and lubricant falls on top of John Turturro. So did we need...
Yeah, so they just went for, like, let's all beat up on John Turturro.
Stupid potty humor.
Yeah,
for a robot to say, what's cracking, bitches? And for another robot to piss on John Turturro. And for John Turturro to say,
he's under the ball.
I'm under the robot's testicles. And for part 2, the totally offensive, quote-unquote, black robots. And one of the robots actually had a gold tooth. I swear to God. Okay, and we'll be back. Hold on. Yeah. And we're back.
They got the gold tooth.
So
I mean, they just really
one of the characters had a gold tooth. It was like the...
May as well have like a pimp cane then, too. It's something ridiculous if you're going to keep throwing that out.
Blatantly offensive.
Yeah.
And it was...
I wonder what that was all about. Like, why...
I guess way,
the stupid...
Look, all these movies, they try to cater to like a... they're trying to cater to an audience. I don't know
what that audience you would call it.
Yeah, and I don't want to be offensive, but let's, the same way, like, you'll watch like a Pixar movie and one of the characters goes, for shizzle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to say for schnizzle.
Right, it wasn't needed. It's not part of the...
Unless you're pandering to a certain audience.
Right.
And I'm not trying to sound, did you really... Do you need a robot saying what's cracking, bitches? Yeah. Do you need...
Michael Bay, call us.
Do you need a cow saying for shizzle, my nizzle? It's not necessary.
Michael Bay, call us and we'll set you straight.
Yeah. I don't mind big giant explosions.
We don't need
for shizzle my nizzle from a computer animated cow.
Right.
Just
it's not even like you see the real person.
Yeah. All right, so I can see we're well past the hour mark. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One podcast.
Yes, thank you.
We certainly hope you enjoyed listening to the show as much fun as we had recording it. Time to pay the bills. Please visit www.doublejackpot.us where I can hear all that crinkling, Jackie. Please visit www.doublejackpot.us where you can buy my book, Double Jackpot. I have my second book, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Visit our eBay page where we have comic books, heavy metal, video games. Now, like I said, I'm expanding our catalog to include horror movies, science fiction movies. Check it out. We got a lot of great deals. I pretty much try to undercut everyone on eBay because I've just decided to sell off my whole collection. Yeah. So, and it's to support this show. I'm selling the past to pay for the future. Check out our Twitter account if you want to get updates on everything. When there's new shows, I always post it up on Twitter. I set it up so every time something new goes up on eBay, it would go on Twitter, but it hasn't gone through yet. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
It's techie, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not working the way it was supposed to work.
I can't fix it. Don't count on me.
So if you want to support the show, I'm not asking for something for nothing. Buy a comic book, buy a video game, even if you don't want it. Buy it, throw it in the trash. Buy it, give it to a nerdy friend of yours. Hey, you may discover something. You may find something that you like. If you're a fan of the show, you probably like comic books and heavy metal and video games anyway.
And now lately, Brittany Spears.
And Brittany Spears.
Miley Cyrus and...
Science fiction. Well, I mean, I definitely want to cater to our female audience. Yeah. Well, I think I might have put, like, what women want on there. I'm trying to know what else I have on there that's probably girl-friendly.
What women want. Jersey Girl's there.
Jersey Girl. If you have a nerdy boyfriend, buy him something. Or if you want a nerdy boyfriend, Just listen
Get
to the show.
Get up on this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you finally hook up with him, he'll think you're cool, not just because you have non-prescription glasses on and a fake vintage Star Wars shirt on. So go to www.doublejackpot.us. If you came across this show through some other way, it's the link to our iTunes page. You can find us on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. You can find us for Android users and Kindle users. You can find us on Stitcher, Two Strangers, One Podcast. If you have a Kindle, there's a Stitcher app for that. So there's no reason you shouldn't be listening to us, unless you just don't like the show.
Yeah, that's just mean.
And
thank you.
Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
yeah.
Insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will totally read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could saw them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.